Before pyramids rose, before Rome or Athens dreamed, there was a land of mud and stars, where rivers shaped destiny, and people first dared to build eternity from clay. This is the story of Sumer, the first civilization. The civilization known to history as Sumer rose on a flat, wind-scoured plain at the southern end of Mesopotamia, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers unwind toward the Persian Gulf. Its materials were ordinary: mud, reed, clay, but its ambitions were not. Here, sometime after 3500 BCE, villages turned field into cities, stories into writing, and seasons into time you could measure. Sumer was both blessed and threatened by water. Floods could arrive in the wrong month. Fields could turn salty from irrigation. So the Sumerians dug canals, raised levees, and invented the bureaucracy to keep them working. The same documents that list barley rations and canal crews also glimpse the birth of an idea that human planning could correct the moods of nature. By Uruk's expansion, we can measure the pace of change. Temples grew into temple complexes. Platforms rose into ziggurats. Workshops and markets fanned outward. Clay tablets from this era preserved tallies of grain, sheep, beer, and labor. Not literature yet, just marks for auditors. But they opened the door to it. By around 3200 BCE, scribes were pressing reeds into wet clay. Cuneiform had arrived. At first, cuneiform recorded things: barley jars, sheep, rations. Then it recorded names, then verbs, and finally, stories. Over centuries, Sumerian tablets held hymns, contracts, and classroom exercises. And later, in Akkadian, the Epic of Gilgamesh, a tale that asked what every city asks: how to be great and yet mortal. The Sumerians counted on a base of 60. From it came the circle's 360 degrees, the hour's 60 minutes, and the 12-month ritual year. Priests watched the sky from temple tops. Farmers watched the shadow lengths in their fields. Whatever their reason, divination, scheduling, or both, they built the first mathematics of time. Every city had a patron deity: Inanna at Uruk, Enlil at Nippur, Nana at Ur. The temple estate was the city's heart, a landlord, granary, workshop, and bank wrapped in ritual. Ziggurats lifted sacred space above the floodplain. Offerings flowed up, rations flowed down. In that exchange, the city ate, worked, and believed. Sumerian society layered itself as priests and scribes, craftspeople, farmers, herders, boatmen, and slaves. Women appear as landowners, priestesses, and merchants, their rights shifting across centuries. Life moved to the rhythm of barley. It fed families, brewed beer, and paid wages. With surplus came specialization, and with specialization, civilization. Sumer had little stone, timber, or metal. It traded for them: cedar from the Levant, diorite from the east, copper and tin for bronze. The wheel appeared, transforming transport and pottery alike. The plow and the sail made prosperity possible. Innovation here was never abstract. It answered a ledger's demand. Early rulers were the Ensi, governors, or the Lugal, the big men. Each city guarded its canals. Each claimed divine favor. Law collections appeared, not philosophy, but case lists and fines to keep order when custom failed. Then came empire. Around 2334 BCE, Sargon of Akkad united the cities, spreading cuneiform across a bilingual world. Irrigation made Sumer possible and threatened it. Salt crept into the soil, canals silted up, and floods erased borders. Decline was not disaster, but slow rebalancing. Cities persisted, languages shifted, and power moved north. Even as new powers rose, Babylon, Assyria, Sumer's pattern endured. Urban administration, mathematics, law, and temple economy all traced back to these plains. The Sumerians did not set out to found civilization. They set out to keep accounts, tame water, and speak to gods. And in doing so, they built the infrastructure of memory. Walk any city today and you still feel Sumer underfoot. The grid of its streets, the rhythm of its ledgers, the tick of its clocks. The ziggurat became the temple, the palace, the tower, and then the office block. The reed stylus became the keyboard. The question remains the same: how to turn mud into meaning and surplus into society.